You know how when you're so busy, just taking care of your work, because IT, they normally work long hours, right? And when we actually put it down on paper, then we need to realize like, oh my God, I'm actually paying so much. But of course, when he found out the time, when we asked this question to him, he did mention also, just like I was sharing with you guys, how the perception of buying more insurance as a saving is actually, to him, generally, he's doing something good because it's actually accumulating, right? But it's just that I was telling him that, there are other more efficient instrument or vehicle that you can, put, so to sort of help him to grow his wealth. When he ventured to his business, right, he was still keeping his main employment, right? So because his main employment, his surplus is actually very strong. Hence, that's why he didn't see that there could be a problem paying that kind of premium. But he didn't realize that the business, when it failed, it cost him about 150,000, which ended up into his credit card and personal loan. And you know how when you're working in Singapore, your finance is jumbled up. You have some in Malaysia and some in Singapore. So you just end up continuing not knowing. I think that happens to many of us if we don't do this yearly check. So after 2 years, we sort of helped him to turn around 180 times. Of course, first thing first, we have to understand his needs, right? Then only we can work out what is his true need of coverage. We help him to get a higher coverage in this case with a lower premium. After when we help him to maximize, we technically save him about 27,000. So this is our secret sauce. In case some of you might be wondering, like, how do you actually do it, right? But this is a sample of a wholesale solution, just in case some of you be wondering. And if you notice, the more yellow it is, then the more competitive it is. And this is actually for a 30-year-old male non-smoker covering 1 million. Because I think a lot of people always wonder, even for myself previously, when I'm not exposed to this kind of wholesale solution, when you want to cover your loan amount, let's say 1 million, right? And you go into an investment-linked policy, most likely the premium, it can cost you an arm and a leg. We used to think that investment-linked is a lot better until when we came up and see a bigger horizon and we start to put apple-to-apple comparison. Then we realized that, hey, you can actually get a bigger punch for your buck in terms of the standalone plan.
It takes a lot of work to compare all the plan too, because the plan also keep changing, right? Because all the insurance company want to stay competitive in the market. So even in the same insurance company, you already have many type of similar plans to choose from. Whether you want to go with Ka Hoe or not, right? and so we're looking at, like, saying medical card, you probably have 30, 40 plans out in the market, probably.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of work. Most of us, when we say we have enough insurance, actually, in reality, what we really meant was that we have paid enough insurance premium. It's not really so much on the coverage. So that's why the question of where did the money go is that this common misconception that insurance is actually not saving or investment, right? We talk about insurance being a tool, like what we talk about Panadol and gastric pill. Insurance is being used to protect our assets. Agreed? If you agree, type 1, right? And a lot of times, we need to separate out in terms of savings and investment as a form of growing assets. I think this one is 101, right? But unfortunately, when most of us who are not very experienced in insurance, selecting the product, right? So we tend to buy a lot of those that actually come together, right? It's not your fault. It's just that it's the progress of the industry, I would say. Many of us in reality is actually overpaying insurance premium, but are severely undercovered.